Okay, welcome to the channel. Mark W and Rob Bob presents and the stream, which is called Old Games on a Weekday. And within that weekly stream, we have our little subset of that, the series that is called Nethack and Chill. There's a vast hierarchy here on Mark W and Rob Bob present. How's my hat doing? Yeah, so this is just basically an in progress game of Nethack that I've been playing. This is part 3. I have one character who's doing pretty well. I don't think I actually died, did I? Like, usually, early on, characters can seriously have crappy luck, and you might, go through several characters or a few characters before you start to get a good run going. And I feel like I've got a pretty good run going with this character, our samurai, Emrin the Samurai. He's called a ninja here, actually. That's only because right here, after your name, it gives you your rank. Like every level, you're a new rank in Nethack. And so each character class has their own set of ranks. And at this level that I'm at, I guess I'm at level 7, which is over here. Your rank is ninja, even though it doesn't really make sense. Samurai are not ninja. Anyway, hello, Mr. Eric Johnson, who says hi in the chat. He's one of our super regulars. And it looks like we got 2 likes so far, which means somebody else is there. I see you. I should like my own stream. Yeah, so what are we doing here? Got our samurai character. We are in the gnomish mines. By the way, I'm trying to play this stream as like, as if I'm presenting the kind of newbies. I'm not just tearing through it and being badass. It's more fun to explain what's going on anyway, I feel like. But that said, I'm not going to repeat everything from the previous 2 times. I'm not going to repeat absolute fundamentals. So if you're watching this after the fact, maybe you want to watch the last 2 videos, which you can find on this very channel, because YouTube automatically archives all streams, basically converts them into an ordinary video, more or less. Anyway, before we start, I thought it'd be fun to show a couple of things related to Nethack, and here's the first one, which is before making my stream, I thought I would ask ChatGPT to make a thumbnail for me, make like some really basic ASCII art, but at least ASCII art that looks kind of cool. It would probably take me an hour to make something look kind of cool. And what I learned is it can draw ASCII art. This is ChatGPT once again. It can draw ASCII art, but it can't spell in the ASCII art. So I said, the first thing I asked was, can you draw the title Nethack in ASCII art in sort of a Gothic font? And it wrote Netturk. And I said, that looks like Netturk, not Nethack. It's like, I see what you mean. Let me refine that. And that was Netturt. Looks like Netturt. And we kept going back and forth. This is the only time I was able to spell it, when it would write it out in like these kind of block letters where each letter consisted of the same letter, essentially. But I didn't really like that stylistically, so I kept asking it to try again. And here it said knee neuter. I don't know, knee wetter. Here we got Neta Loak. It just can't do it. It can't do it. Neta Loak again. Nethack again with the block letters. And I said that looks like something I draw when I was 7. So I said, okay, it said this should now correctly spell Nethack. And I'm like, yeah, but that looks like something I draw when I was 7. So then it did it again and said, now it doesn't look like something you drew when you were 7. When it drew the same thing pretty much, except the letters are a little thicker. If you look at the N, for example, it made the N a little thicker. Now it looks awesome, right? So I kept trying. Then it made Netaloak, Nenactor, Ninilok, Nenesk, Nenek, Nene, Nenela. It just can't do it. Look, it just eventually it started going I don't know what that is. Or is it okay, you get the idea. It's just hopeless. I tried a lot. It just cannot do it. So do not ask ChatGPT to draw some text for you. That's the lesson, I guess. And the other thing was, after that failed, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the official website, nethack.org, where they have a little, very basic but cool little logo that looks like this. And so I borrowed that for my thumbnail. And what I found, though, was this cool little tidbit that I didn't know. The dev team is proud to announce that Nethack has been inducted into the Museum of Modern Art in New York City as part of their, that's called the MoMA, by the way. A lot of people call it MoMA here in New York, as part of their video game collection, and is included in the exhibition Never Alone, not to be confused with Forever Alone, video games and other interactive design, which runs from September 10th, 2022 to July 16th, 2023. So that's over, unfortunately. But they showed a picture of what the exhibit looked like. They got this massive screen with NetHack on it. And it looks like they're in the Gnomish Mines on level 7. They're pretty much in the same place I am in my real game here, because I'm on level 8 of the Gnomish Mines. And, you know, the level is procedurally generated, so it wouldn't look the same. It wouldn't look the same if I went up the stairs once. But that's kind of funny and kind of cool. And kind of frustrating about ChatGPT. I spent like 10 minutes with that thing. I just found it amusing after a while. Like, no, you idiot. You're not spelling that heck. You're spelling the gluggle. So what the heck's happening here? Oh yeah, I'm on the Mine Town. For some reason, Mine Town looks different than I remember. It could just be my memories messed up, or it could be in a recent version they made different, like more varied layouts of Mine Town thing. Let's review my character. I am level 7. My armor class is -2. I've got really good constitution, pretty good strength and dexterity. The mental stuff and charisma are not great. You don't really need those that much as a warrior type. I am lawful. Got not a huge amount of money. Oh, that's right. I have Gray Swan Deer. I'm dual wielding. That's right. I maxed out each individual skill, Katana, which is it falls under the umbrella of longsword skill. So I maxed out my longsword skill. And I also maxed out my saber skill, which can't go that high actually as a samurai, but nonetheless it's maxed out for a samurai. And now I am trying to train myself in two weapon combat. Now, where am I at with that? I am unfortunately unskilled currently. But yeah, I gotta train up. That's all there is to it. And the way it works is, you know, when you're dual wielding, it really gives you, and your skill is unskilled, it gives you a heavy penalty, but you are attacking twice. And see, you know, if you didn't have individual skill in longsword, for me anyway, in longsword and saber, you would be even worse with 2 weapons. But long story short, the way to do it is you level up each individual weapon. Then once they're maxed out, you train in 2 weapon. If I'm ever in a really hairy combat, I probably want to use only 1 weapon, just because you know, I'm gonna miss a lot essentially with the 2 weapon combat. Once 2 weapon combat trains up a lot, I'll be a beast. Yeah, that's the basic strategy. Also, I do use my bow once in a while, which is only a basic skill. I'm assuming I can train that up a little bit better. So let me pull that up. The wiki. I should probably have samurai ready, regardless. And skill-wise, yeah, they can train. You look at this little table here. They can train up to expert level in bow. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I have room to improve there if a bow is going to be one of my main weapons. You know, I can only use the bow like on the occasions when I need it, though. So I don't know. I'm assuming the training is going to go pretty slowly because you can really use up the arrows. You know, sometimes when you shoot an arrow, it disappears because I guess it's supposed to be broken. Sometimes you can retrieve it. The Ya are these samurai arrows, I guess, and they're better than the random arrows I find. What I could do is just kind of be more liberal in firing my regular garbage arrows. And you can always find more as you traverse the dungeon. What else? I have so-so armor. Oh yeah, I got these cursed shoes, which sucks. I can get rid of that with a scroll of remove curse, should I find one. Or a scroll of destroy armor, but what I want to do is take off all the other armor I have, because they would be more likely to get destroyed. When you read a scroll of destroy armor, it destroys one, I don't want to say at random, I think there's a logic to it, but it destroys one article of armor. And it probably would not be the shoe. So the idea is if I'm trying a random scroll, I probably just want to take off all my armor and then hope it's destroy armor, and then it takes out the shoes that are cursed. Then I can put on my regular iron shoes or something else. Elven Mithril Coat. I actually dropped my +1 rust-proof splint mail in favor of that just because Elven Mithril Coat gives you some magic cancellation and it's much lighter. Encumbrance is a big thing to deal with in NetHack. I bet that's my friend Scott pinging me on Gmail because he likes it on Google Chat. He loves to do that always when I stream. I can't even find my window. Yep, it's Scott. Should we tell Scott to shut up together? Sorry, I'm just going to close this. And Scott says, in case anyone cares, is it wrong that when somebody asks me to suggest a kid's activity, I suggest Hunger Games? Okay, I'm shut up, Scott. I'm closing your chat. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. That boy ain't right. Oh, it looks like the bottom here is a little cut off, so let me fix that up. Don't want to truncate the bottom. Always got to fiddle with Windows a little bit. The Windows settings, that is not Windows, the operating system, which I'm not actually using. The last thing should say potions, 1 of 2. Yeah, now I gotta figure this out a bit. You know what I did is I set it up for like the main play window in NetHack, like right underneath the status bar. I cropped everything after that. I thought it would be good, but the thing is the inventory screen wants to go further. So bear with me a moment. There, that's gone. That's about it. I just have to now shrink the window, unfortunately, to fit it all. All right, that's pretty good. I do hate shrinking it, but it's not the worst thing. Okay, so, oh yeah, another thing that I remembered where I left off is I had scrolls of paper, a cursed one and an uncursed one, a cursed scroll of enchant weapon. And I was starting to think along the lines of how good it is to get I got 1 potion of ward to try to get blessed. Get holy water. So you bless your water, and then you can start dipping items into it to make them blessed. And I was thinking it'd be great to get these 2 uncursed potions of gain ability blessed, because each one, if it's blessed, will add 1 to all of your attributes: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, everything. Whereas if you have an uncursed potion of gain ability, it just bumps up one of those stats at random. So blessed is way better. Another thing is the scrolls of paper. If you can bless them, that's great. And also enchant weapon is great to bless that. So I'm starting to think of, I really want to get things blessed soon. Also, I have a magic marker, so you can write your own scrolls. Anything you've identified, if you have a magic marker, you can write and make it. So it's actually quite a good thing. But one thing I realized, it's starting to come back to me now as I talk. I have a bag, and I was thinking all the stuff that I really want to protect should go in the bag. It doesn't mean they're automatically going to be protected, but it's kind of like it's like a layer of protection. Let's put it that way. I think I forget the exact logic of it, but basically it's something. I might not have this right, but if something blasts me with fire, I think, for example, a potion would be less likely to boil and explode if it's in a bag. I think I could be wrong on that one. And similarly for scrolls, they can catch fire. So I'm going to put some stuff in the bag right now. If I recall correctly, I started out saying, "Hey, I'm going to make a theme in my bag," and that was going to be gems, apparently. Well, so much for the theme. I'm going to put more stuff in it. Now, I don't think I have a bag of holding. If you put a bunch of stuff in a bag of holding, suddenly you go from burdened to unburdened or something like that. But in an ordinary bag, the weight is the same. The weight carried is the same, essentially. Anyway, the stuff I really don't want to burn or boil over, I'm going to put in there. Could argue I should put everything in there. I don't know. All right, I have a leash attached to my dog. By the way, that's good to know. If I had forgotten about that, then I would accidentally yank the leash and hurt poor Hachi. Anyway, he steps over a cursed cemetery. I think I was just finding a bunch of orcs. All right, let's poke around. Oh, once again, I got to do this before I can move. I got to remember how to actually save these settings. I think you have to edit a config file. Number pad on. Okay. Oh, still not working. Hmm. Did I save it correctly? Yeah, number pad is on. Here we go. The fun of things not working. Okay. Numlock is on. I can't toggle numlock. That makes me feel like something is going wrong. Let me try unplugging and plugging it back in again. Always fun times. Always the solution to everything. Yeah, there it goes. All right. So I'm moving around. I got Hachi on my leash. Some low boots. I'm not actually using this microphone tonight, so I'm gonna put it up here. Okay, there are fountains we could take advantage of. Yeah. I'm trying to think about if I really want to try to really go and make this blessing thing happen. I'm in real life. I'm pretty tired. I'm kind of just considering just bumming along and having fun and not coming up with any brilliant plans. But let me check something quick. Overview. So yeah, I have my friendly altar back up at level 2. So it's 6 levels up, but yeah, it's pretty fast to just run up and down levels when you have them mapped out though. So I could run up and do that. There is a temple here. It's an unaligned temple. That means it's for another god. There's a priest there, and the other alignment altar, I forget which one. Either neutral or chaos. I'm lawful. And basically, I cannot convert that altar without that priest getting really pissed off. So I don't want to try that. And they will kick your ass. That's how it works. That's just how it works. Right, what do we want to steal? Is there anything we want to steal? Here's a hardware store. Got a blindfold. Do I have a blindfold already? Yeah, I thought I did. There it is. It's letter F right here. I also have a drum of earthquake. A leash. We can get another leash. Another bag. For 3 Zorkmids, it means it's just a plain bag. I'm doing a little bit of what they call price identification, which you can tell if something. Oh, look, Hachi picked it up anyway. Guess we'll have another bag. All right, I'll take another bag, I guess. It's free. I wouldn't pay for it when it was 3 gold out of my, my wallet of 373, but since it was free, okay. An Osaku. A potion called booze. Leather armor. A pancake. I'll take a pancake. Can I have a pancake? He picked up the Osaku. Let's sell him the spear that we don't want. Here you go. Buy the spear. Dirk offers 2 gold pieces. All right. Give me that pancake, dog. I'm looking for some maple syrup and butter. He picks up some booze. I'll take some booze. That actually, it'll confuse you. Gets you drunk. But what you can do is you can actually dilute that. Like I was saying, to make water. You know what I could do? Why don't I start making some water potions? That's the fountain right here. The thing is, you have to have nobody looking at it. I think the shopkeepers don't care, but these guards, like this one here, is that a guard or like an elf? The watch captain. Yeah, you don't want him seeing you. So I can see if I can do it. They get pissed off if you fool around with the fountains too much. But let's try one of them. Usually they give you a warning first. I think. All right. So what do we want to get rid of? Essentially, we want to get rid of a potion of booze. Maybe a potion of what? That does have uses, but booze doesn't really. I don't think. I forget if you can throw booze at somebody and confuse. I know a potion of confusion you can throw. Anyway, let's try dipping. Potion of booze into the fountain. Your potion called booze dilutes. Far below you, you see coins glistening in the water. Okay, I took the gold that came out of the fountain. Now we have a diluted potion of booze. And if you want, you can leave it at that, and not dip again. I think the dilution has a separate effect though. Like it's a weaker effect if you want to just drink it like that. Let's take a look just for curiosity. Look at that. Diluted potion of booze. That's exactly the one I wanted to look at. Will not cure 1 HP of damage. Oh, I didn't even know it did cure 1 hit point of damage. Huh. Or I forgot it. I probably knew it at one point. As a non-diluted one will. Okay. That's the difference, but I think it generally confuses you too, right? Samurai see them as a potion of sake. I don't see it as a potion of sake. Huh. Anyway, yeah, get drunk, right? Provides nutrition, abuses wisdom, and may confuse you dependent on beatitude. Non-diluted potions also heal 1 hit point. It's not necessarily a terrible thing. That gives you a little bit of nutrition too, huh? But it abuses your wisdom. That means, you know, like I was saying in the previous streams, you do enough activities and certain things are considered exercising of your attributes. Like if you push a boulder around, for example, you exercise strength, or if you battle a lot, you exercise strength. If you make smart, basically wise decisions, you exercise wisdom. But if you make foolish decisions, you abuse your wisdom. So I'm just going to dilute it again. It's kind of good to know, though, that you get some nutritional value out of booze. I think most doctors today would disagree. Dilutes further, and now it's a clear potion. Look at that. Ta-da! I made water. I have made water. Okay, I think I have another potion I don't really want in the bag. Let's see. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Definitely want that. But the idea is I can get a stack of these clear potions. You drop them on an altar that's for your alignment, not for, I think, I'll look it up just to make sure I got all the steps right. Drop it on the same space as an altar that agrees with your alignment. You pray, and then the whole stack will become blessed. There's no need to do multiple prayers. You can try to get a stack of, I'm going to say at least 5 is what I want to get. Probably more than that. You know, let's take another crappy potion, even if it's, I don't know. I keep thinking oil can sometimes be useful. So I'm a little hesitant to use it. Maybe I'll just keep the oil, and as I get more crappy potions, I will use them for making into water. Right, what have we not explored here? That door is locked. Here comes a zombie for some reason. They're just strolling around the town, and the watch captain doesn't even give a damn. Just, you know, I just see zombies once in a while. The interesting thing is they never go after the watch people, the watchmen and the watch captain. So why would the zombies not go after them? They're in cahoots or something. An elf corpse that came from a zombie, you don't want to eat that one. Hachi's picking it up for some reason. Put down that dead zombie corpse. Come on. All right, so this is a locked door. Should we try picking it? I thought I had a lockpick. Maybe I don't. No, I don't. You can always kick it, but if there's anybody in there, they're not going to be too happy. They're going to make you pay for the door. Pay me for the door repair charge. Locked. Was this one over here on the left locked as well? That's not locked. Oh, good. Light source. Actually, that's great. Remember I was looking for a light source? And there's always a chance of every lamp being generated as a magic lamp, and you can rub it and possibly get a genie to grant you a wish. But I'll take some candles too. I forget if you can price identify the lamp. In other words, it may or may not be the case that this price can indicate whether it's a magic lamp. But I am seeing I'm becoming encumbered just from picking up the lamp. Oh, that's tough. Having to deal with encumbrance is not always fun. You don't want to be burdened. Oh, here comes a kitty. Let's go kill the kitty. You want to fight him, doggy? Fight like cats and dogs. A large cat. Can I give it any food that it would like? If I throw an orange at it, it'll stop bothering me. Thing is, once you start to get a second pet, it can be difficult to manage. I mean, 2 isn't too bad, but it can come in handy. 3 is when it gets a little nuts usually. But I'm thinking, I think it'll tame if I throw it a gunyoki, and I have 5 of them. If I throw it an orange, it will become friendly but not tame, so it won't be mine, but it'll stop attacking me. I don't think they care about tins because they can't eat a tin. You know, I'll go for it. A large cat is pretty strong. It's unfortunate I just hacked him up a little bit with my weapons, but it'll get healed. I'm gonna throw a gunyoki at it. Here you go, kitty. The large cat devours a gunyoki. Yum, 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 yum. And now we can look at it. Press the slash key. Slash again. Move the cursor around to it. Press dot. Now, oh, you don't have to even press down. It says tame large cat. So that means it's mine. Now we're going to give it a name. What do you want to name? A monster? It's not really a monster. Not every living thing in this game is a monster. But I'm going to go with this guy, Nermal, the world's cutest kitty cat. Except he's a large dog, so I don't know. Maybe it should have been Garfield. All right. Yeah, I still want to get that lamp, even if it makes me burdened. I can just drop something. Oh, Nermal picks up a lamp. Come on, Nermal. Cool. Now, it may look like Nermal dropped the lamps in the store still, but this one space, like right inside the door, counts like outside the store for some reason. So like the zone that counts as the store is this. So I can just pick that up, in other words. It's kind of weird how that works. So yeah, look at that. You see your lamp, no charge. All right. Nermal picks up a candle. Yeah, let's go. Come on, the dog's in the way though, so I can't. Oop, can't lead it out. Anyway, I'm gonna try rubbing the lamp, although I feel like it probably would cost more. Now wield the lamp, nothing happens. All right, so that was a waste. And now I have put 2 weapons on. Yeah, so now I've got my weapons in hand again. All right. So the lamp is not magic. I will name it. I think it's never magic if it says nothing happened. It could be that occasionally the magic lamps have no effect, and then you have to try a few times. Now, it's kind of interesting how the game is. It's so deep. You can't remember everything. And everything feels alive in its own way. But I rubbed it twice and nothing happened. 3 times, nothing happened. I think probably it's not a magic lamp. Let's put back on our weapons list again. All right. So now I feel safe to name it. Particular object, I, W. We're going to call it not magic. So that just means we use it to light our way. Like a normal lamp. Nobody expects a lamp to be normal, though. I want genies. All right, I don't know if I'm going to do much with a pile of candles, but interesting that one of the candles is much more expensive. It must be a... Maybe it's more... I think it's just like one of them is cheaper. It might be partially used or cursed or something like that. It looks like they're generally going for 27 each, huh? A lot of elf zombies around. One thing is zombies don't bite you, or they do bite you, but they don't make you turn like in the movies. Like werewolves and stuff. Yeah, they'll make you turn. All right, so I wish I had a good way to unlock these doors. I need a lockpick or something. Was there like a tool store? There was a hardware store, right? But it didn't have a lockpick, I don't think. I think it was this. I always get these symbols confused, but yeah, the left parentheses are tools. But there was no lockpick. All right, starting to feel hungry. Yeah, that's what happens when you bum around too much. I mean, yeah, I guess I could come back here if I get some, get a lockpick. I can open some of these doors. Do I have a whistle already? I do. I don't know if it's magic or not. Let's try this one. I don't want to get into hoarding a bunch of whistles, but I'll drop one. Let's try dropping our unknown status stuff here. Items of unknown blessed cursed status. There's just a few more I picked up since I last did that, so let's try that. Leash is tied around your hand. And for the heck of it, I'll detach the leash. Apply the leash to the left. You remove the leash from your large dog named Hachi. And now I can drop that too for what it's worth. Basically, nothing I dropped is blessed or cursed. It's just good to have things identified. I'll put the leash back on the doggo now. Hello, Mr. Watch Captain. Can I eat you? No. Who's that? Oh, mountain nymphs. Screw them. Let's shoot it then. I hate them. As you saw earlier in one of my previous streams, the nymphs, they will like kind of charm you and make you, take off your armor and hand them your weapons. I'd rather just shoot them. So let's wield the bow, which is the Yumi. And I will shoot some regular arrows first. Throw the arrow hits the mountain nymph. Hachi whines. Oh, is he hungry? Damn it. You can eat them. You can eat the nymph maybe when I kill him, Hachi. Oh, he disappeared. Hachi whines. Your leash goes slack. Suddenly Hachi disappears out of sight. Was it a trapdoor? Yeah. He fell into this trapdoor right here. All right, let's keep shooting the nymph. Arrow hits. Arrow hits. Arrow hits. The mountain nymph drinks an effervescent potion. Oh, it was like a healing potion. The mountain nymph looks better. That sucks. I can't get the healing potion from it. Throw some arrows again. Throw is just the action you can use to shoot. But you're not literally throwing them. You can also hit F to fire, but that only works on the ones you have in the ammo that you have in your quiver. Throw lets you select an item, and if it's suitable for your bow or sling or whatever you have, it'll just get fired by that, rather than literally throwing. Anyway, it's getting close, which is obnoxious. All right, now it's gonna steal my shit and teleport away. So the question, do I spend a turn readying my melee stuff? It's probably not gonna matter. I think it's just gonna hit me and steal something and teleport away. So I'll try it though. I'm gonna try wielding Gray Swan Deer and 2 weaponing. I was able to switch fast enough. Okay, now I will attack it melee. Hey, look at that! I killed it before I could steal my stuff. All right, looking glass and a potion of object detection, and now I'm slow. So now I have to worry about that. I gotta eat something, so let's do that. Black rotten food, great. I feel less confused now. You finished eating the gnocchi. Okay, it was just occurring to me I can make potions of paper out of these by dipping them into the fountain, I think. I want to get more paper, so I should probably do that. But do I want to get my doggo first? Well, let's get my cat and find my doggo and then come back. So I'll put the leash, the leash on the cat now. Normal, come on. Descend the stairs. Gnome's throwing daggers at me. Kill the gnome. Giant spider is bothering me. I'm missing way too much. That's the nature of being unskilled with 2-weapon combat. The spider is fleeing. It's like, no, don't kill me. A partly used candle that the gnome had, I guess. Sure, I'll take that. Okay. The gnome wields an Atlas. Nermal bites the gnome. The gnome is killed. You missed a gnome. You killed a gnome. Nermal eats a gnome corpse. Nermal's chowing down. The world's cutest kitty cat. Several objects here. Got some worthless glass. Brilliant blue potion. Bow, arrows, gnocchi. Okay, I'll take the arrows. Gnocchi, brilliant blue potion. Now I'm going to be slow. Yep. Yeah, what I might do is drop my good iron shoes for now. I can always come back until I get the cursed ones removed. That's one way I can do it. Yeah, now I'm unencumbered. I'm going to write this one has good iron shoes, or let's just write what it is, +0 iron shoes. Now when I look at the overview command, you type hashtag or # overview, you'll see level 9 has +0 iron shoes. So that's really good to do. That was, it's a relatively new feature. By relatively, I mean it's like from like 10 years ago or so, but you know, for most of the time I played Nethack, it didn't have that. So I was always keeping notes in like a text file on the side. Or going back far enough, when I was playing this on DOS, you couldn't really switch to a text file. So guess what I did? I wrote it on a piece of paper. Imagine that. And sometimes it is still good to take notes like that. But I like this feature a lot because you can use like the system in game to keep track of stuff. It's great for stashing stuff. And I like that it automatically tells you the major points, like altars and fountains. That used to not always be there too. Okay, a bronze ring. That took me over the top. Okay. The last one had no known effect. That means it could be something like, you know, protection from shapeshifter or something that's not obvious right when you put it on. I'll probably just drop the other one. You know what I could do? I can annotate that as well. +0 iron shoes, bronze ring. Kind of funny that a ring would be the thing that takes me over the top. I could just chug some random potion. It's kind of good doing that once in a while. Identification can be relatively rare. And, you know, potions. What do I have identified already? There's very few that are very devastating to you. Like, there's some that'll hurt you a bit, but paralysis at the wrong time could be bad. Acid sucks, but I've already got these two identified. And I already know gain ability and gain level, so I won't. I can't accidentally read the drink those. Yeah, I'll just a chug. And I have, you know, worst case, I have the cat attached to me, which it's always good to know that, you know, if you're gonna have an unexpected effect happen and you don't have everything mapped out in your mind that of what it could possibly be. If you have a pet that's right around you, it'll help. But really, it's probably nothing. But if I didn't know paralysis already, then I could give that example. Like if I'm paralyzed, no monster can walk up to me and beat the crap out of me as easily with a pet on my side. But I already know what paralysis is, so it's not going to be that. Anyway, let's drink the brilliant blue potion. Oh shit. Well, there goes my armor. It's a polymorph potion. That's the one I completely forgot even exists. I knew there was polymorph wands. Anyway, I'm an ogre now. You feel a little strange, you turn into an ogre. You break out of your armor, your cloak. What did I have? A cloak of protection? That sucks. You know, can the ogre use 2 weapons at once? Oh man. Well, now I got to find armor, and this won't last forever. But my armor being destroyed is a permanent thing. Oh, I couldn't have lost my shoes, huh? Okay, now I need some body armor and a cloak at some point. That's a shame about the cloak, especially. That's harder to replace than the elven mithril coat. And what, I can only use 1 weapon. All right. One way it works is if you ever die, your hit points go to 0. You just revert to your human form. But I think sometimes after a long amount of time, typically long, it's random though, you'll just revert. But it's a pretty long time. It could be like 1,000 turns or something like that. You kill the gnome. Oh, there's my doggo. Tame large dog named Hachi. He still recognizes me even though I turned into an ogre. A puce potion. Excuse me, a puce potion. No mummy. Actually, which weapon am I using? Do I use Grace Wand here or the katana? I think probably the katana because they have a higher skill. And I think this does more damage off the bat anyway. And it's also +1. So let's exchange. You hit the X key to swap hands essentially. Or swap your alternate weapon with your main weapon. So now I'm wielding the katana. What's this? Oh, giant spider corpse. I was gonna go up, wasn't I? Once I found my dog. What did I want to do? I don't quite remember. Overview. Yeah, I wanted to make some paper, I think. Okay, let's make some paper. Come on, kitty and doggy. Get over here. I should blow my whistle. Blow the whistle until they come. All right, they came. Hey guys, do you want to beat up a watch captain? I'll take his stuff. I can get some body armor maybe. I don't think it's great, but they might have something. These guys are these guys can kill your pets though. That's the only thing. It's kind of a risk. They don't seem to want to attack it too aggressively. They just seem to sometimes nip at it. My candle's burning out. I just snuffed it out for what it's worth. All right, forget that watch captain. I think we left some like leather armor or some crappy thing like that around. I probably can't put it on my body, actually, but it'll be good to have something ready for when I turn back human. You're an animal carcass being offered in sacrifice. Kabuto. What is even a kabuto? think it's an armor according to the diagram. Unfortunately, when I Googled Kabuto, the first thing I find is this Pokemon. And also this character who's a former villain turned anti-hero in the anime series Naruto. Here we go. All right, yeah, it's a helmet. I think we saw that before. That's right. It's that like classic kind of samurai helmet. Okay. Actually, is that better than the Orcish helmet? Oh, I have a +1. Yeah, I seem to remember having this. I reasoned that out last time. Or at least I did something resembling reason. Where I said, well, the +1 is better. Low boots, mummy wrapping, dented paw. I don't want this crap. I need real body armor. Here I am at the fountain. I could try to make some paper. I think dipping a scroll does work like that, but let's try it. I'm gonna get crazy and try it without verifying in the wiki. So potion, scroll of confusion, dipping it, it fades. It is now an unlabeled scroll. Cool. I'm gonna do the same for light because light isn't really a great scroll. I mean, it can be nice in a pinch, but generally it's not really worthwhile. All right, so now I have a couple more uncursed, unlabeled scrolls. I dipped the written scrolls into a fountain. I will put those into the bag now. Uncursed bag. Put something in scrolls. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I don't know why I wanted to do that so badly, but it's good to have them. But yeah, no body armor around, it looks like. A ring mail, that's something. We can check if it's cursed, just to be safe. Hachi drops some boots. Normal reluctantly steps over a cursed scimitar. Okay, drop everything of unknown status. Ring mail seems okay. No black flash. Yeah, it's all uncursed. By the way, I hit the colon key to look at what's on the current space, if that helps anybody out. All right, so let's wear the ring mail. It's something. And my armor class right now is 5. And then when I put on the ring mail, it becomes... Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at hit dice. It actually says the suit will not fit on your body. That's right. Too big. That's why the stuff broke in the first place. All right, I'll just hold on to it until I become human again. But you may notice my strength boosted a lot. It went up to 1800. So this is like kind of a relic of first edition AD&D, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I don't remember second edition had it. I feel like they did away with it in second edition, but maybe not. And they have this thing where once you're at 18 strength, you go up in percentiles only. And it's supposed to be like, I don't know, that's really hard to become superhumanly strong, so you only increment in percentage points. Anyway, star represents the maximum, which is 18 at 100%. So it's like 18. It's really nice. I don't know. It's kind of a weird system. And I think they did away with that in either AD&D second edition or in D&D third. They stopped with the whole advanced thing in front of the title with the third edition. So yeah, I'm basically as strong as you can get, except not really, because you can go higher than this. There's like a whole weird logic to it. I think it's something like this is the absolute max a human could possibly get, but with magical enhancements or something, you could get to 19, 20. Anyway, in this game, you can get 25 if you have Gauntlets of Power. I might have that logic wrong, but it's something weird like that. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, in my view. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I'll go back down. Keep exploring. Let's drink some random potions. I'm gonna drink the Puce potion. Oh no, it's hallucination. Oh well, at least it's identified. Now that one sucks because what it does is, it's every turn, every living thing except yourself scrambles to my mind. I don't know what it is. Like this thing right now, who's my pet, who's leashed to me, looks like an elastic eel, and everything is scrambled like that. And it's not just an aesthetic thing though. It's you'll attack it if you bump into it because you don't know what it is. You think it's a monster, so you got to be really careful. And I see over here is a little colon which looks like an iguana. So I think that's my cat. Or whoever's the one not leashed to me. Maybe the dog. It's a were rat. And every turn they'll just kind of keep switching around. Right now it's a flamingo sphere. Yeah, and it gives you like zany monsters. I accidentally pulled on the leash. The leprechaun toots. I'm going to take off the leash. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to do it. I don't want to accidentally yank it when I'm all hallucinating. Okay, there's something that looks like it could be a monster to my right. The Leocrata bites the giant cockroach. He just every turn is scrambling everything. The ravenous bug bladder beast of Tral is killed. So what? So basically, this was my cat or dog. It's showing up as a Leocrata, and the monster it was attacking, or the person, or whatever it was, showed up as a giant cockroach. And then for the game announcing that it died, it changed it again to the ravenous bug bladder beast of Tral, which is a thing from Hitchhiker's Guide. That was a mummy of some sort because it left a mummy wrapping. All right, so I can assume these two critters running around are my pets. You can tell by the way the patterns in the way they move, and also the fact that they're not like racing towards me and attacking me. So once they're both next to me, I'll go down the stairs. I'm getting the munchies. Yeah, it changes the messages for a lot of things. This means I'm getting hungry. You're getting the munchies, man. You're hallucinating. I had to go and drink that potion. I should have just dipped it, but then I wouldn't have known, you know. For all I knew, it could have been a potion of extra healing or something good like that. That's how it goes. Identification is very valuable, though. This is like one of the main... It's not like a direct quest in the game, but there is a really... It's kind of this running task throughout most of the game that you just need to identify stuff. And part of that is just using it up, using it in trial and error. But you try to do like informed trial and error, like, you know, again, like with the destroy armor scroll, you know, take off your good armor and leave on only your crappy one if you don't know what that one is yet. One thing that really sucks are the mind flayers in this game. They will make you lose knowledge of your identifications as well as knowledge of the maps that you've explored. And they're just so annoying. And they're so annoying that Nethack 3.7 actually removes that that stuff. It works in a different way. They're still dangerous, but it's not just like they're fundamentally annoying. They're dangerous. They can eat your intelligence points. They do something nasty too. But in this version and earlier, they're just so bad. And the way it works is it kind of leads to these tactics you have to use that, like, it kind of, you could say they're cheap, but the game kind of nudges you into doing these things, which are basically like, well, if I think I'm going to be fighting mind flayers soon, what do? Maybe I copy and paste all this, or I take a screenshot. And then I know if the mind flayer wipes out my identification of object detection, now it's going to show up as swirly potion every time. But I've taken the screenshot and now I have that reference. And so next time I find a swirly potion, I can look in my reference, say, oh, I used to know that before the mind flayer zapped my brain. And similarly with the maps, it kind of encourages you to, like, well, maybe I'll take screenshots of the maps a lot just because I know mind flayers might be coming soon. And anyway, everybody just generally hated that, so they just kind of removed the mechanic. Now, some people hated that they nerfed it, though, because it was like part of the challenge. I'm going to look up exactly what the nerfing looked like, just because I'm curious. Here it says, mind flayers used to be sphincter clenching creatures, now not so much. Yeah, they also, unicorn horns, they unnerfed. They made the, well, yeah, they nerfed them. They used to be overpowered. And in this game I'm on, this version I'm on 3.6, they will still be overpowered. Because unicorn horns, all they do is, like, first of all, once you start fighting unicorns, you get one every time you kill one. And it's easy to get a whole bunch of them once you're like mid-level or so. And what they do is they don't have charges, but you use them and it just wipes out any bad status you have. It wipes out poison, it wipes out hallucination, it's like overpowered. I would think they should have charges. I always thought they should. I think that might be the actual change they made. Come to think of it, might be good to know. But let's go back to the mind flayers first. Yeah, the attacks no longer cause amnesia, which is losing the knowledge of the identifications and the map levels. So that's kind of huge. But they do, they do suck out your intelligence. That's pretty bad by itself. They didn't have to make it that terrible. If you lose enough intelligence, you die. You die by brainlessness. You have no brain anymore. They're still pretty nasty. Yeah, let's check the unicorn horns. Like when I first started using these, I was kind of like assuming it had charges, but I didn't see the charges, and I was like kind of trying to use them sparingly. But then I learned eventually they were just an infinite use thing that cures everything. But now, eventually in 3.7, they did something. They no longer restore reduced attributes. Alternatives include potions of restorability, the restorability spell, prayer, or gain ability. Oh yeah, this is not okay. So it still cures the statuses, like whatever, sick, but they don't restore attributes. Like if you lose strength, for example, due to poison or due to anything. So this is actually even better than I just said a moment ago. That you lose a couple points in your attributes. Unicorn horn undoes that. It was like crazy cool. But now they don't cure like lost strength, dexterity, intelligence, etc. So if one of those mind flayers does eat your brain a bit, you can't just use a unicorn horn to bring your brain back. But yeah, how does this work now? It does cure a lot of these things still. Did they add charges to it? Maybe they just it could be the nerfing is simply that they don't restore attributes, but they still restore still cure bad statuses infinitely. Huh. Yeah, I think it's still quite strong. Okay. Hey Eric, how's it going? Eric says should be bound, unique, and have a cooldown. At least you have to think about when to use the horn. Yeah, cooldown isn't really a concept in Nethack. I wouldn't be against it by any means. But yeah, there actually is no cooldown. I'm just realizing that. Like, there's no weapon that or no item that you use and you can't use it again the next turn. It would be a new concept if they did make the unicorn horns work like that. Which the dev team would probably be reluctant to introduce that new concept, but I think it's not a bad idea at all. Single use would be totally reasonable as well, though, or just like it has a charge of like 5-6 uses. I don't know. They're just so kind of OP. And I don't think anything really. I mean, anything can happen in Nethack. Like a nymph could steal it or something, but generally they don't. Like you think about potions are fragile in a sense because if you get blasted by cold, they freeze and explode or they freeze and shatter. Or if you get hit with flames, they boil and explode. And there's always fragility in most of the items, but or some of the items that have cool effects, but not unicorn horns. So yeah, I still think they're probably a little bit overpowered. I don't know. The dev team apparently, they were probably. I'm assuming they had conversations about this over probably the course of years, and also involving the feedback from the players, and this is all they decided to do. So I'm in the dark, so I just turn on a candle. What I'm doing is when I see a new symbol, since I'm hallucinating, I'm just kind of waiting around for it to attack me, because if it doesn't attack me, I don't want to attack it. That can be really bad to do in that hack. Anyway, I'm hungry. I should probably eat one of these gnocchi or something. Why don't I try eating a tin? That could be fun. I just realized it's not a great idea, but fortunately something made me stop opening because there's combat happening, or perhaps just seeing any kind of unknown monster made me stop. The reason why I said, oh, maybe it's not a good idea is the kind of meat in the tin, if there is meat, is gonna have a scrambled message due to the hallucination. Now I'm realizing the right side of my window is cropped off as well, so I'm gonna fix that a bit. Bear with me a moment. You stop opening the tin. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I think you would get a weird, unclear message about what kind of meat is in the tin. If it's spinach, it might still say it's spinach, but I'm not sure. Spinach is like the best thing you can get out of a tin because it permanently bumps your strength up. Because, you know, Popeye. But I'm not sure if hallucination would make it say, you know, this instead of spinach, it might say this is a rutabaga. I have no idea. I don't think it says that, but I just don't know. I could always look it up in the wiki, but I don't feel like it. Anyway, the point is, I'm glad it kind of made me stop opening the tin because I'm going to save it until I'm not actually hallucinating. All right, now you can see all the messages better. It's kind of a shame I got to leave all this empty space just because of the inventory screen that wants to use it all. Not a big deal, I guess. All right. And if I like sized the window properly and increased the character size properly, it probably wouldn't be an issue. But no matter, it's not a big deal, right? But anyway, yeah, let's just eat an ordinary gnocchi then. Oh wow, like superior, man. You stop eating the gnocchi. Once again, because I'm seeing unknown monsters, it makes me abort the eating. But it did cure my hunger, and I have a partially eaten gnocchi now. I think this thing is following me. It might want to try to kill me. No, it's moving like a pet. I think it's a pet. You hear crashing rock. You hear noises. Oh, disenchanter throws a dart. Okay. A baby crochet throws a dart. A dart misses. Yeah, somebody's throwing darts at me. Getting hit by the dart. I guess let's kill the thing to the bottom right, I think. I don't want to accidentally kill my pet, though, so I'm not sure. Okay, now I can clearly see the prophylactic worm hitting me. The thing from the top right. You hit the baby grainy dragon. You hear some noises. The rope golem wields 4 daggers. Yeah, this is one of those gnome lords or something, probably. You kill the doppelganger. Gnome lord corpse, did I call it? I'm going to eat the gnome lord, but it'll probably abort. Hey, stop eating. I'm going to continue anyway. Stop eating. That's the thing. I think everything's dangerous. So I keep stopping my eating. You resume the last bite of your meal. Delicious gnome. Actually, that's actually one interesting thing. Yeah, you can see the corpses correctly. So maybe I was wrong about the tins. It's kind of interesting that it would work like that. Once they're dead, I can see what they are clearly. I guess that's because no. I was gonna say maybe because it's an object, and maybe you can always know what your objects are. I seem to know what all my objects are without them being mixed up. But yet, if you see I pass my turn, you can see the objects being scrambled too, or at least this object here. This one doesn't seem to be changing as I pass my turn. I don't know. Some of them are changing basically. Oh, it did change. This one did change too. The darts are changing. Weird. Nethack is a strange game. The only way to win is to play obsessively for years. No, you don't have to obsess. I was just kind of making a reference to the. Oop. Accidentally attacked the innocent. You dishonorably attacked the innocent. That's bad for my alignment. It was an accident, and I would have been prompted. Do you really want to do this if I were not hallucinating? So that sucks a lot. That's probably my pet. 99% chance that was my pet. I got to be really careful. Like they always say, you know, a lot of times newbies ask questions from experienced players. You know, they go on a forum or a news group or whatever. They'll say, hey, you know, game's crazy. You know, I'm just hitting the keys a little fast to move around, and I accidentally killed my pet, or I accidentally did this. And the response is always, you know, this is not an action arcade game or something. You're supposed to take your time with every move, and so that's just how it is. But I get it though. It's easy to just, you know, you make a lot of tiny moves in this game. I have 8,000 turns and counting so far this game. So I get it. Sometimes you're mashing the button quickly just because you want to move around or whatever. But yeah, in certain situations like now, when you're hallucinating, you want to be really careful. Storm giant. It's not really a storm giant. What's happening here? Somebody swung a pickaxe, which means it's probably a dwarf of some sort attacking my pet. Oh, trapdoor. This is a rock trap here, a falling rock trap. Unfortunately, my helmet blocked it. The raven is killed. The beholder bites the voluptuous ampersand. All right. So I have a light on, but you can still see that, you know, it's not great. It has a radius of like a couple of tiles, but at least it makes that circle light up around me. Whereas if I were blindly groping around the dark, I would only see the immediate spaces around me. The Glork's Lock suddenly seems more animated. Okay, it's not attacking me. Oh, it's touching me. Okay. Oh, something bit me. But I'm not sure if there's a thing above me involved or not. Shoot. Just passing my turns because I want to make sure I don't attack somebody by accident. I think to the left is fine. I'll attack that. You hit the water elemental. You hit the spherical cow. You hit the human zombie. The Hydra turns to flee. Okay. Should I finish it? I don't know. I would love to not be hallucinating anymore. It lasts way too long sometimes. Like most things, there's a random element to it. How long it lasts. I guess I'll finish off whatever this thing is. You kill the basement cat. So that was an annoying dead end. And once again, I got to be careful I don't attack these critters. Pets are fighting something. Something's beating me up too. Might be welcome if I just die because I'll turn into a human. But at the same time, it's a little nerve-wracking to be caught with my pants down when it's something that can do serious damage. I just wish I knew what to attack. Oh, looks like it's happening. I'm guessing I can attack right. Okay, yeah, I died and returned to human form. What is it? It's a freaking troll. Great. I don't have any armor on it. It's Ice Devil. I think we're still seeing bad scrambles. Oh yeah, I'm still hallucinating. That's right. Just because I died and turned back into human form doesn't mean I'm no longer hallucinating. That was a very weird assumption I just made. All right. But I can dual wield now at least. I could put on the ring mail, but that takes a few turns or a lot of turns, and don't want to do that. I might want to use something to help me out of this jam. Something's hurting me pretty heavily, basically. I could use the Drum of Earthquake to strike fear into their hearts. Hopefully it works. I could zap random wands. I don't know what far too many of these wands mean. This one I say is pretty sure it's Magic Missile. Okay, why don't I start by wielding 2 weapons? I think that might... you know what? Maybe not. Remember I was saying if I'm in a jam, I probably shouldn't use 2 weapons. So the katana in hand is probably as good as I'm going to get. And I'm not going to put on the ring mail in the middle of the fight. So it's basically, do I want to just chop away at him? Or try using Magic Missile? Or what? Try to escape in some way? I don't really have any teleport effects or anything that'll clearly help me escape. But I could try random stuff. I could zap a wand of speed monster at myself and take more turns that way. It might not be a bad move. Oh, I'm burdened. Being burdened sucks. I shouldn't be... Yeah, the thing is, when I was an ogre, I had 1,800 strength, so I was able to carry more. Now I'm burdened. So I should probably just dump a lot of stuff. That way I'm not like... It's not like they get more turns than me, right? I want to be able to avoid that situation. The problem is it's kind of guesswork about how much you need to drop, but... Sometimes piles of little things can be heavy. Armor is always heavy. It'd be great if this was on my body, but I'm just gonna drop it. But Potions are heavy. So I'll drop a couple ones that I care very little about. Although I would like to not lose them. I would like to even more to not be encumbered right now in a dangerous battle. I could probably drop the bags of stuff, but I'm thinking I hopefully got enough dropped. I guess I'll drop the bag too. And the bag has nothing in it just because it's doing nothing for me. I'll drop, I don't know, that should be enough. Looking glass, let's say, that's pretty heavy. This should be enough, I think, but we'll see in a moment. Okay, your movements are now unencumbered. The Elven King heads, the big dumb, oh god, oh god. Okay. I want out of this fight right now. I don't have any, I guess the Drum of Earthquake might do it. Let's try it. Drum of Earthquake. And I get a funny message about playing that. You disseminate a kaleidoscopic display of floating butterflies. You produce a heavy, thunderous rolling. The entire dungeon is shaking around you. The baby gray dragon turns to flee. The ice devil turns to flee. The trapper turns to flee. All right. Now what? The problem is I don't really have a great way of avoiding these guys. And I think this was the thing that was really beating me up. The thing that's currently an S. And I think these two are my pets. And so if the dangerous thing really is the S, it's going to be fleeing in this direction for a little while. But I don't think this fear lasts too long. It might be like 5 turns or something. So if I run along in the same direction, I don't think that's going to work. Because he'll just be unafraid by the time I'm like around here maybe. And then just attack me again. Ideally, I can run past him and get out of here. But I think, unfortunately, my best bet is to like maybe run up here. And hopefully I'm correct about these guys being my pets. And they could kind of block for me, maybe. But a complication is because I'm hallucinating, I can't just shove the pets out of the way. I'll end up attacking them. Which would suck if I kill them. I could always pray. I would probably get healed and no longer be hallucinated. I can take this opportunity to zap a wand of speed monster at myself. At least that would help, I think. Let me just verify that in the wiki. Pretty sure you can zap that at yourself. Zapping the wand at yourself or a monster gives the target intrinsic speed. Getting intrinsic speed by zapping yourself also exercises dexterity. Yeah, that could be nice. And apparently in version 5.7, it gives you very fast speed. Okay. It does not give permanent intrinsic speed. Wait a minute, does this give me permanent currently, but not in 5.7? I mean, not in 3.7? I'm not sure. Anyway, I think it's probably a good idea to zap it at myself, because I'm pretty sure I don't have speed already. So I'm going to zap that at myself. Extra turns will be nice. Should have done it earlier, maybe. All right, so I did it. Gave me no like message, but that's fine. I'm going to try to run upward. Things are fighting. Okay, I think it's basically the thing that was really beating me up. It's fighting my pet, whatever this is, cat or dog. And I'm just passing my turn because I don't want to bump into the pet that currently looks like the blue bee above me. Blue letter B. But it looks like the pet is engaged with the thing that was killing me. So that's good. Now I can move up a little bit. Here's some noises. They're still fighting. Noises. Okay, I move diagonally past it. All right, I feel like I am actually blocked now by my pets. Hopefully I don't get pets killed, but I think we're probably on the right track. I'm going to put on my blindfold because I have telepathy. Now I don't have to worry about line of sight, like things blocking me. I can see all the living things, and I only see 2 over here. That could mean my 2 pets killed the monster. It could mean I lost a pet. It could mean that the monster is one of the kinds of monsters that don't have a brain, so you can't see them with telepathy. It's a complicated game, this Nethack. I'm gonna just pass a little bit more. Thinking they killed it, whatever it is. Looks like it is. No more battles going on. No more hearing noises. Mummy wrapping. Well, I just really just fighting a mummy. Like usually the mummies are pretty wimpy. Here's all my junk. Oh, your candle is consumed. It shrieks. Is that just a shrieker now? The freaking little mushroom things. I'm gonna remove my blindfold. The hag of bolding picks up a mummy wrap. All right, so I want some of my stuff, but I don't want to be burned. Let's get the ring mail on. All right, so now I have some ring mail. My AC is 3. I forgot to check what it was before. Ring mail only gives you like 2 or 3, though, I think. And it says +0, meaning I know it's not a -1 or a +1 or anything like that. So the ring mail gives you 3 AC. Okay, also a magic cancellation of 1. All right, so it's better than the nothing I had before, that's for sure. Okay, and now it comes down to what other crap do I want to pick up. I'll start with everything and drop it. Maybe I'll just drop the looking glass. It's just so heavy. I'm always kind of like, well, the mirror could be useful, and it can be useful once you get to the Medusa level, but that's like really, I don't think that's literally the only, you know, actually, I think you can show you. It's just, my brain is just awakening now. I think you can show anybody their reflection in the looking glass, and there's a chance of it scaring them. It's kind of ridiculous, but I think that's how it works. Maybe I do want to have that. I probably could have just used it, but now I got to figure out what I really do want to drop. So I've got everything. I can start drinking some potions for experiments, but the problem is I think with hallucination, it'll give me unclear messages about what actually happened. Like, you know, the crazy colors appear, man, and you're like, whoa. It's like, okay, that's not really helpful. Well, I could try. Well, again, hallucination might mess up. I'm thinking you could try random wands. Like I have a couple of redundant wands. I don't know. Dark says if mirror armor were a thing, it would sound very useful. That'd be great. You just reflect. They're like, no, I'm scared. That's a good idea. Yeah, this is one of the problems with Nethack. Is it's not a problem in the game design, really. I mean, you could view it as that, but you have to worry about this. What do I want to hoard and keep, and what can I just get rid of? I think I'll just get rid of the extra bag. That doesn't really help me much burden-wise, but it's a little bit of something. Really, just no point to carrying tons of useless bags. If they're bags of holding or something better, then sure. You know, maybe I'll just. I keep going back to the looking glass, but since I'm in I feel like I'm still in a vulnerable situation. Maybe I just want to hold on to that for a bit. I'll just drop this potion of object detection because potions weigh a lot, and that isn't really doing much for me right now. I'll drop the oil too. I can always come back to them. I'll drop 10 arrows maybe. How do you do it? You do 10. There's a way you can type the number you want to drop. I just don't remember. There's a number? No. You just type 10, I think. You type 10 and then the letter, so 10V. D10V. There we go. 10 uncursed arrows drops your movements are uncursed. Now let's see if I can pick up a potion again. No. Alright, I'll just drop that oil for now. Annotate. +0. Iron shoes, bronze ring, and what is the pot oil? Okay, so this way I don't forget if in case I ever find myself needing those things. Part of doing that is just it's good for me psychologically. I'm always like, oh, what if I need that later? And to me, before I had that annotation feature, it was always kind of like it might as well be gone forever when I write that, right? So my pack rat tendencies kind of are battling with this desire to be unburdened. So being able to annotate helps me put aside the pack rat tendencies. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's the battle going on in my head when I try to decide what to drop. And I've stepped into a trap again like a moron. That's not going to exercise my wisdom. That's going to abuse my wisdom. Might be worth lighting a candle again. Eventually I could use a lamp too. Mind flare miss. Okay, this is something attacking me. You kill the Aliax. Shit, something's happening. Something fast moving here, and there's like 4 things. But again, I don't know, maybe some of them are my pets who've caught up with me. It'd be nice to have the ring of protection on. That's just a little bit of a help. Right now, though, I'm kind of like, I don't know what to hit. Things are hurting me. Let's try backing away a little bit. Shoot, this isn't great. All right, so this suggests to me I'm getting attacked by a bunch of bees, probably. They really hurt you. They come in a pack, or a swarm, I guess. And the poison sucks, and I think I want to get out of this combat if I can. So again, I look at my my equipment in disappointment. They don't really have anything that's a really good get me out of here. Obvious thing for that is often, teleport scroll. I do have the drum of earthquake. I could try again. I could try the looking glass, but there's a lot of them. You can only apply it at one at a time. I could stand and fight. I could zap random wands. Let me look up the drum of whatever the hell it's called. Drum of earthquake. And see how it works. Will it actually work on bees? Because, it might say something like it doesn't work on, I don't know, not intelligent creatures or something. I don't know. Applying a charge of earthquake will create several pits around and possibly under you. Wake up and unfreeze all the monsters on the level and shake loose monsters hiding on the ceiling. This will also destroy dungeon features. Wow. This does a lot of stuff that I wasn't aware of. It destroys dungeon features such as altars, fountains, and thrones. So I've already probably destroyed fountains. Oh, but there's a range of it, it looks like. I never really looked this up before. Monsters within 23.7 Euclidean distance will flee if they don't resist. Peaceful monsters will become more hostile. That's not great. I guess tame monsters, in other words, my pet, do not become hostile though, so that's good. Be very careful using an unidentified drum on levels with peaceful monsters you don't want to provoke. That could be part of what's happening to me. Right now, though, I'm being swarmed by bees of some sort. I think. Or soldier ants or whatever. It could be soldier ants. I think I should use it and then try to run. I might just run up a level or something. I mean, I'm in a bad spot. I'm hallucinating. I might be able to get up the stairs if I use the drums. Maybe. I might be more inclined to just run to the left. Try to hide around corners and stuff, and hopefully get my pets to catch up with me and they can help fight. All right, I'm going to do that. Apply the drum of earthquake. And once again, you disseminate a kaleidoscopic display of floating butterflies. The entire dungeon is shaking around you. You hear a scream. It is destroyed. Oh shit, what's happening? I guess they have cops somehow. I didn't know there were cops on this level. I'm not on the mine town. Remember I said don't use it in mine town because of the guards, but apparently there's some on here too. This is not great. The mummy turns to flee. The microscopic space flea turns to flee. This might be the time to duck to a different level because now I got the guard on my case. I'm gonna go for the stairs. Shit. Just try to regroup, rest up. Hopefully not be hallucinated anymore. Okay, so I got away. Left my pets down there. But I can regroup and do all that stuff I said now. Just have to be careful not to kill any peaceful things here. Okay, I have enough food to wait around a while, which is good. Let's stop burning candles on this level because it's well lit. Yeah, I don't really know, what to do besides waiting around, really. And you can do it faster. You can type, like, command, like, 50. How do you do it? N? Let's start with N10. Yeah, count. I'll just hit the S key to search, just to burn some turns. And it'll interrupt you if something happens. Let's go with 50 this time. Now I'm getting the munchies. Yeah, that's the problem, food. But I do have a bunch of food. So let's finish the partially eaten gnocchi. Okay. Now I'm confused and hallucination because it was rotten. Sometimes the totally fine-looking, uncursed food rations are rotten. Nobody knows why. Eric is leaving. All right. Thanks for joining, Eric. I'll see you next time. I'm probably going to wrap this up soon, though, because, yeah, almost 10:30. And I'm trying to do this crazy thing where I'm not up super late on weeknights. Mention that. But, yeah, I mean, I could wander around this level and try stuff, but I just hate the hallucination. It's just so terrible. And I do need to heal up. Over time, my hit points will heal up. I'm at 34 currently. Yeah, I'll just do it. I'm going to do increments of 50. I'll just search. But now I stopped searching because somebody's wielding a crossbow. I don't know what it is. It's shooting crossbow at me. Crossbow bolts, that is. Yeah, I got to kill this thing, whatever it is. Now wielding a dagger. Come on, come bring it on. Alright, I killed it, whatever it was. It was a gnome lord. I will eat him. I eat my fallen enemies like any sane adventurer would. I stopped eating it because something showed up. Once again, I don't know what it is. Normally, it would only stop eating if it's something hostile, but because I don't know what anything is, just seeing anything will make me stop. Alright, so I finished it, though, because I persisted. You can get a dwarvish cloak for the fun of it. Okay, I know it's not cursed. I tried putting it on and then taking it off again just to make sure it's not cursed. Not necessarily the most intelligent way to do it. Suddenly the giant beetle disappears out of sight. Yeah, it went to the trap door. Should I think that? Alright, let's wait some more. Another 50 turns, another 50 turns. Jeez. You stop searching, you feel foolish. Yeah, I think while you're hallucinating it damages your, or it abuses your wisdom. Let's look up hallucination for fun. It's funny, there's articles about hallucination and hallucinating. It's a status impairing property. We know the basic idea of what it does. Object list will be seen as continuously changing items in the same class. Yeah, hallucination abuses wisdom every 5 turns for restoration. Oh, I wonder I lost wisdom. Fortunately, I don't really use wisdom as a samurai. It mentions how there's crazy names like Barney the Dinosaur and the Mother-in-Law, and the Ravenous Bug Bladder Beast of Trowel, which is what we saw earlier. Alright, that's kind of funny. I never knew this one. If you're hallucinating and targeted by the Touch of Death monster spell, instead of dying, you have an out-of-body experience. Note this does not protect against Death's special deadly touch attack. So Death is a specific character, right, at the end of the game. But it seems to protect against other Touch of Death spells. You just have it out of... So if you knew you were going to run into this spell, you could go... you could just purposely drink a potion of hallucination. I'm still learning things about this game. It's crazy. Alright. Well, yeah, I still think I'm just going to hang around and waste time. Oh, something's attacking me. Kobold, okay. Let's go crazy. 100. Everything looks so boring now. Thank you. Give me boring. How's my hit points? I'm still gonna search until my hit points finish resting. I'm almost there. And really the only thing that's bad about doing this, just sitting around waiting, is, well, you could argue there's a few bad things, but mostly it's about your nutrition value, right? You get hungry. All right, here we go. Back on the level that I fled in terror from, but this time I actually see things. Should I two weapon? I'm thinking not, as long as I know there's things that could kill me, like these guys. And this is what I want, killer bees. Okay, let's kill them. I feel much better now that I'm not hallucinating about my chances somehow. A Tengu. Let's eat the killer bee. Yum. I got poisoned from that. Forgot that happened. I remembered it can grant you poison resistance, but it can poison you as well. Look at that. I just did get poison resistance. So I got poisoned and then poison resistance in that order, unfortunately. So my strength went down. So I do need a potion of restorability or other way to get that back up. But that's good to have poison resistance now. Oh, a pony. I could tame a pony. I could have another pet with a fruit. You just throw an orange at it. Oranges barely give you any nutritional value anyway. So here you go, pony. Even if I don't really like adopt this pony, like really, try to use him as my pet, this will make him stop killing me. So the pony devours an uncursed orange. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. But I am hungry myself. Yeah, these watchmen are mad at me from using the drum earlier. You murder. Well, they attacked me first. All right. So for some reason, it was bad in terms of my alignment or something because I killed a human who attacked me. I wonder if it's because she didn't hit first. I don't know what the logic is exactly. So Wakizashi, Kabuto. Is that helm we looked up before, the Kabuto? Yeah. Lobus. Studded leather armor might be good. Scroll of Identify is always welcome. Let's see how the studded leather armor compares to the ring mail. I think they're about the same. So yeah, it does 3 and MC1 just like the ring mail. But it's made of leather and it has a weight of 200, whereas the ring mail has a weight of 250 and is iron. I think I'll go with the studded leather, but I don't know if it's cursed or anything is the only thing. Well, let's just try. I'm going to be foolhardy and just go for it. Oh, one of my pets died. You have a sad feeling for a moment, then it passes. Of course, right when I took off my, I didn't take off my ring mail, just my cloak. I was going to say, as soon as I took off my valuable armor, an enemy shows up, but I'm good. You kill the killer bee. Something's throwing daggers. Another killer bee. I just killed him, hit by a dagger again. Trying to climb out of this pit. You crawl to the edge. Cool. Who's throwing daggers? Let's put on candles again. All right. So I think my dog might have died. I see my cat around still. That's very sad. A pickaxe. They're starting fights with dwarves. You can see all these pit traps that opened up because of my my use of the drum of earthquake. But that really did save my butt. So I'm not upset if I used it. I guess I ought to just use. I gotta stop being burdened. That sucks about the strength. Maybe I'll start drinking potions. How about uncursed murky potion? Or do I know what restorability is yet? I do not. All right, I'm drinking a random potion. Here we go. Murky potion, bottoms up. You feel much better. Okay, that was extra healing, that means. Doesn't help with my attribute problem, though. Anyway, I said I was going to try this leather armor. Let's do it. The studded leather armor. Okay, it's +0 as well. So yeah, it's very similar to the ring mail, except it weighs less, so I like it better than ring mail, basically. And now I'm unencumbered. All right. Why don't we eat something? Gunyoki. It hits the spot, etc., etc. Happened. It is missed. The dagger misses you. It is hit. This guy's throwing daggers. Was it an elf? Watch captain. Oh. All right. I'm ready to fight. I'm fully healed up. Hopefully I don't get called a murderer for fighting somebody who's trying to kill me. But here we go. Should I let it swing and hit me first? I don't think so. I think it's going to get in some hits naturally. So it just threw a dagger and hit me. If that doesn't justify my killing it, I don't know. It is fleeing, I guess. It seems to be. Didn't say it's fleeing, but... Oh, Dwarf Lord. Don't attack it, kitty. My dog got killed by... I would bet it's that dwarf that left the pickaxe before. What I found is with pets, they're often quite strong in a battle, but for some reason, the kind of humanoid-like stuff, like dwarves and watch captains, whatever, anything that can swing a weapon, it'll explicitly say swings a weapon. They seem to really kill pets a lot more easily. I'm not sure why it works out like that. Like, I rarely lose any kind of pet to, like, even, like, fighting a dragon or something, but something that swings a weapon, it seems to kill my pets much more often. But I still have my cat, and it looks like I have a pony, too, now. Well, there's the downstairs. Still kind of feeling crap about my situation. I wonder if I should, still kind of go back up and regroup some more in some manner. Tengu is my friend. I don't know. Let me put on this stupid cloak. Yeah, my armor class is pretty crap. My whole armor situation is pretty crap for the level I'm at. My weapon situation ain't bad at all. I should probably go two-handed again. Oh yeah, so Grace Winder doesn't want to be the alternate weapon for two-handed. It has to be the main one. So I have to put it as my main weapon. And then I do two-handed, two-weapon combat. All right. Is that really a cockatrice? Shit. Oh, shit. Not even a cickatrice. Okay. Well, this could be game over. I mean, you can definitely kill them without too much difficulty usually, but they're very dangerous. If you don't know, they turn you to stone. And I don't know my current standing with my deity given accidental murder before. Or not really accidental, but I thought it was justified self-defense, but the game called me a murderer. I could zap random stuff at it. It's kind of the same option as before. I guess I should really figure out what these wands are before I'm in a jam. I could wield the bow and try to, like, stay away and shoot it, but I have a feeling it's going to keep pace with me. I'm going to try that nonetheless. Let's wield the bow. Yumi. Okay, it hasn't kept pace with me yet. It's still 2 away. Let's fire my good arrows, the Ya. Ya hits the cockatrice. Okay, let's try to back off. Good. It's slower than me. That's great. Can back away and shoot it. Gotta plan my moves a little carefully, though. I don't want to just move straight up, because then I'm kind of forced into having to move side to side, and they'll be able to get diagonal hits at me. But the problem is if I move, like, up and left, then next turn I won't be lined up with him to shoot a missile attack, I think. But let me try that. Now I can go to the left. Yeah, that's better. Now I can go down left. All right, this is working out. Hits the cockatrice. Let's shoot it again. Hits it. This time I got off 2 shots. Kill it. Nice. All right. So, here's the thing. This is one of the most legendary objects in the entire game right here. The cockatrice corpse is the most feared and most powerful thing in the game, practically. One of them. It's a very probably the strongest double-edged sword kind of a thing. Not necessarily the most powerful item in the game. And I did tease that in my, just looking at my description I wrote for this video. Come for the chat and stay for the wielding of a cockatrice corpse. I feel like I owe it to the viewers. Not that there's a lot of viewership happening tonight. But feel free to say hi in the chat, by the way, if you're there. But I might just do it. I could wield the cockatrice corpse. Now, here's how that works. Anything that touches the cockatrice corpse turns to stone. So you can wield it and bludgeon your enemies with it. It is extremely dangerous. One miscalculation and you're the one touching it. As one example, if you are burdened, every time you go downstairs, it says you fall down the stairs, which is not much of a problem. Normally, you lose a couple of hit points. But if you're wielding a cockatrice corpse, you accidentally smack yourself with it in the process of falling, and you just die. You turn to stone. You have to be careful. You have gloves on. I have yugake, which are gloves, and now I'm like, because it has that special, Japanese word, it makes me less than 100% sure that it's gloves. So now I want to look it up. But yes, in the wiki, it does say that if you look up yugake here, you can see it redirects you to leather gloves. So I have them. I might be best off looking at the entry for a cockatrice corpse just to be sure. There's also kind of the argument that I don't really have a specific need for it right now. And I kind of want to train up my 2-weapon with the katana and the saber. So maybe I should just avoid the whole thing. But there's also the fun factor. It's definitely fun. Anyway, I'm glad it was slow enough that I could just kind of outrun it and shoot it. But let's read all about it. Extra. Here's the cockatrice. Is there a separate entry for the corpse? Yep. All right, here we go. Okay, that was a section as the on the same article, cockatrice. As a weapon, if a hero or monster is either wearing gloves or has stoning resistance, they can pick up and wield the food triss. So it says food triss. Food means replacing like that part of the word because there's different kinds. It's like the cockatrice. It's like the baby one, and whatever else there might be. They can pick up and wield a food triss corpse as an extremely powerful weapon, but it can easily backfire on a wielder that does not wield it with caution. Yeah, double-edged sword. Sorry, 1 second. I lost my streaming window, and I want to be able to see the chat. Where'd it go? Oh, I said I have another tab in the same window. Usually I try to make the stuff I drag in view as a separate window. Then my chat is there. Now I've got it set up. All right. Monsters hit with a cockatrice corpse turn to stone instantly, while a hero hit by a wielded cockatrice corpse is subjected to delayed stoning and loss of intrinsic speed as above. The corpse can be weaponized to dispose of almost any monster that lacks stoning resistance, up to and including powerful demon lords and princes. You hear that? You can find like, Asmodeus or something and just go wield them with the rubber, what do they call it? Wielding the rubber chicken. You beat it with this dead chicken like thing. And what do cockatrices look like, by the way? This is basically, based on D&D, though there's probably different images you could find if you could somehow exclude D&D from it. But typically, they look something like this. They look something like an especially vicious chicken crossed with a lizard. Here's the Magic the Gathering artwork for a cockatrice. Okay. Food triss corpses are nicknamed rubber chickens, like I mentioned, by players who like to use it in this way. However, the hero will instantly turn themselves into a statue if they fall or lose gloves while wielding the corpse. That's a problem. I don't know. I got all these pits around me. I'm not sure if falling into the pits would count as logic would say it does count as falling. Here's the thing. I don't know this all the ins and outs of this very well because I know how dangerous it is, and I usually find it's not. Maybe I'm just usually chicken. No pun intended, given the subject here. But I'm usually just kind of like I don't really see an immediate need for it, and the corpse is gonna rot, so it's not like I can hold on to it forever, and it's so risky. But I'm tempted this time to do it anyway, despite my hesitations. So let's keep reading. One of the better methods of preventing yet another stupid death from a carried corpse is to unwield the corpse immediately after threats are dealt with. Right. Okay, so basically you don't wield it. And then that reduces some of the risk, I guess, like if you fall, you're not holding it so you don't smack yourself with it. Something like that. especially in areas that have not been checked for traps. Keep a carried cockatrice corpse out of inventory slots that are frequently used, especially for food. Yeah, you don't want to accidentally eat it, is what it's saying. There's so many dangers here because, you know, you hit the E key and then it gives you the list of everything that's edible, including all corpses. And if you accidentally just hit the wrong key, the game doesn't say, "Are you sure you want to eat the cockatrice corpse?" It's just, no, you just eat it, you turn to stone, you die. It's an unforgiving game. Some of the forks of NetHack will add more like safety features, but yeah. Anyway, let's keep reading. Gaining the food appraisal intrinsic warns of foods that are dangerous to eat, including food that will petrify the hero. Okay, so I guess you can get a warning about it, but it's supposed to be that you don't necessarily know that, right? Me as a human player playing the game for years knows that it will kill me, but my guy doesn't. My character in the game doesn't necessarily know. Can prevent an otherwise fatal fat finger. I don't know. I feel like I fat finger too often. I have so many hesitations, but I'm just gonna keep going anyway, just because. Again, let's just try it. But it looks like nobody's viewing anymore, so maybe I just want to call it an evening, actually. But please chime in the chat if you are watching and would like to see me play with a cockatrice corpse. Sometimes YouTube lies to me about the 0 viewers. Keep away from sinks, fukubai, and monsters with theft attacks like nymphs. Yeah, it's really dangerous. It's worth noting that a monster without gloves that steals the wielding corpse will turn themselves to stone. And a Fukubus will always ask to take off the hero's gloves if they have at least 20 charisma. When wielding and using a Futri's corpse, have your main weapon ready to go when necessary. In addition to monsters that resist stoning outright, golems that are subjected to stoning will be turned into stone golems. Okay. Take note of Futris has killed near hostile monsters that can wield weapons and either wear gloves or possess stoning resistance. Yeah. So some of the, especially here in the Gnomish Mines, some humanoid-like characters, they can wield gloves themselves, and they can beat you with the corpse. So much to consider. And be on alert for messages involving the corpse being wielded. If a moat is nearby, the corpse can be disposed of by throwing it in while wearing gloves or kicking it in while wearing boots. Yeah, I'm gonna keep really go a little faster now. If you hear it'll rot away in around 200 and 250 turns. So I think that'll always rot no matter what you do unless you put it in a refrigerator. If you're strong enough, you could actually carry around the refrigerator, but it's very heavy. All right, the eggs can be used as grenades. I'm not worried about the eggs right now. A wish. Some people actually wish for them. Cockatrice corpse. To deal with especially tough monsters. The most ideal wish for the former is a blessed, partly eaten cickatrice corpse. Since the cickatrices are lighter than cockatrices and partly eaten ones are lighter still. That's funny. Because they're partly eaten and cickatrice. It's like the partly eaten baby of a cockatrice. All right. So, is it true that you have to have boots on to even step in the same spaces? I guess not. Only if you want to kick it, I guess. All right, I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. Now, again, I have the gloves on. I'm still terrified. Here we go. I got to scroll too. All right, here we go. All right, I have the corpse. I have a random scroll. That's good. I'm going to see if it's destroy armor. That would be great. Is there any Yai left around? Arrows? All right, here we go. We're going to take off all my armor except the crappy boots and try to read the random scroll. I hope it's destroy armor. Take off the leather armor. Now all I have are the iron shoes on, and let's read the scroll of Nick Cicivle. I feel like someone is helping. Oh, that's almost just as good. I mean, pretty much is just as good. That's a remove curse scroll. And now I can ditch these crappy shoes. drop them and put on my other armor. And I can get some good shoes. I left some +0 iron shoes on this level. Where did I leave them? I think I left them near the stairs right here, actually. Did they get moved around? It could be... Oh, you gonna fight me, guy? Could be these right here. No, that's the one that just dropped. Somebody picked them up, probably. Oop, I didn't mean to attack the watch captain. Especially not with my, my Yumi. Should I just use the cockatrice? Here's the thing. Remember it says you have to be careful about eating versus, eating the wrong thing? The wield key, W, is right next to the eat key, E. I'm like just terrified to wield the thing because of that. I might accidentally eat it. Anyway, I don't think that captain was attacking me though, so I don't know. Maybe I'll leave him alone. Two weapon. I probably can two weapon with the cockatrice corpse. That's fine. Falling into a pit. This is not good. Again, I'm not sure if these pits are going to get me. And I keep getting tricked by these. It doesn't show the pit symbol. It shows the item that's in the pit. So it tricks me into stepping into them pretty often. But I never learned my lesson, apparently. But I am looking for those shoes I left. So it would be nice to find them. I'm thinking maybe I will, for tonight, call it. Because nobody seems to be watching anyway. I keep seeing like one person trickle in and they leave. Eric had to go. None of my other regulars showed up. Here's some iron shoes. I don't know if there's a +0 though. That's the thing. I mean, I could try them. I could wind up in the same boat though. I guess if I'm smart, I'll run upstairs and go to the altar and test it out. Test out if it's cursed that way, etc., etc. Guess I can do that pretty quickly. What's that one? That's the cursed ones again. Alright, let's turn off the candles. Snuff them out. And up we go. Actually, I think my corpse might rot away soon. If I waste too many turns. I might not get to use it. Random lichen. Should I try it out? Should I try to beat this raven with it? Gonna try it out. Alright, here we go. Confirmation that I have gloves on. Here we go. I'm wielding the cockatrice corpse. Wield, not eat. Wield. Big Q. I'm terrified. Where did the raven go? I'm blind. Okay, so I'm gonna put on blindfold so I can see things. F. There it is. To my right, I think. Wait a minute. Why is my telepathy not working? Did I lose it somehow? I hit it with the cockatrice corpse. I'm assuming I don't want to attack the priest, or do I? Look at that. I searched and now I can see there's a statue of a bat. That's great. Or a statue of a raven. That's awesome. I'm going to look how these priests work. This could be awesome. Your eyes momentarily itch. What the hell does that mean? That my blindness recovering from the raven? That might mean, oh, you know what that must mean? That probably means the natural blindness cured itself, but I still have the blindfold on. Well, did it actually blind me? I don't know. I'm tired and confused. Yeah, the raven did blind me. Then why did I put on the blindfold? I don't know. Take it off now. All right. Now the question is, can I like reasonably attack the priest, or will that piss everybody off? I wonder if my god would like it because it's like an enemy priest. Not really sure. A player monster. Am I looking up the wrong thing? I want this one, I think. No, I don't want the roll. I don't know, I'm confused. What the heck is a player monster versus a priest of an unknown god? No. Well, I guess it's got to be the player monster one. It's just weird how it's phrased. Like other player monsters, they're never randomly generated, thus rarely seen. Alright, I mean, I could try killing it. I don't know how. So I'll get everybody on my case like all the Watchmen. What if I look it up in Temple? Okay, so it's not a co-aligned Temple. A temple is considered desecrated if the resident priest is dead or otherwise removed from the room, including the temples listed above that are always created without an attendant priest and or altar. Desecrated temples cannot be restored. I don't know. Maybe I have to call the stream here. I'm getting tired and don't know what to do, and nobody's watching anyway. All right. So if you're watching this after the fact, I'll probably continue this very game of Nethack soon. So see you next time. Take care.